everyone, welcome back to Summary in 15 Minutes. I'm thrilled to have you here today as we dive into a book that's all about transforming how you live, think, and feel. It's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and let me tell you, this one's a game changer. Imagine a life where you're not weighed down by regrets from the past or anxieties about the future. A life where you're fully alive, right here, right now. That's what this book is all about, finding peace and purpose in the present moment. So, grab a comfy seat, maybe a cup of coffee, and let's explore the life-changing lessons from The Power of Now. Stick around until the end, because I'm going to share practical ways you can start applying these ideas today to feel more grounded and fulfilled. If you're ready to rethink how you experience life, let's get started. The journey to the present moment. Let's begin with a story that sets the stage for this book. Eckhart Tolle, the author, wasn't always the calm, enlightened teacher we know today. In his late 20s, he was drowning in despair. Picture this. It's the middle of the night, and Tolle's lying awake, feeling like life has no meaning. The weight of his thoughts is crushing, thoughts of worthlessness, of not wanting to go on. He's trapped in a cycle of sadness, with no light at the end of the tunnel. But one morning, something shifts. He wakes up to the sound of birds chirping outside his window. For the first time, he really hears them. He notices the sunlight streaming into his room, warming his face. Everything feels different, alive, new. It's like he's seeing the world for the first time. From that moment, Tolle starts spending time in nature, sitting in parks, soaking in the beauty of trees, the breeze, the simple joys around him. And here's the crazy part. Even though nothing in his external life has changed, he feels a deep, unshakable happiness. People start noticing. Strangers approach him asking, "What's your secret? How are you so at peace?" And Tolle's answer is simple but profound. The secret is inside you. Your mind is so full of noise, worries about the future, regrets from the past, that you can't hear the joy that's already there. This is the heart of the power of now. It's about learning to quiet that mental noise and live fully in the present, because, as Tolle teaches, this moment, right now, is all you truly have. Why the present matters. So, why is living in the now so important? Let's break it down. Think about your day so far. How much of it have you spent worrying about something that might happen tomorrow, or replaying something from yesterday that you wish you'd done differently? If you're like most of us, your mind is constantly jumping between the past and the future, leaving little room for the present. Tolle says this is why we suffer. Our minds trap us in a cycle of what was and what if, pulling us away from the only moment we can actually experience, now. He uses a powerful metaphor to explain this. Imagine a beggar sitting on a dusty street corner, holding out a cup for spare change. Day after day, he's there, struggling to survive. One day, a passerby stops and notices the beggar is sitting on an old, weathered box. "What's in that box?" the passerby asks. The beggar shrugs. "It's just a box. Been here forever." Curious, the passerby urges him to open it. The beggar, reluctant at first, finally pries it open, and his jaw drops. Inside is a pile of glittering gold. For years, he'd been sitting on a treasure, completely unaware. We're like that beggar, Tolle says. We spend our lives searching for happiness, love, or security in the outside world. New jobs, relationships, achievements, when the real treasure is already inside us. That treasure? It's the peace of being fully present. It's accepting who you are, right now, without needing to chase anything else. The trap of time. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest obstacles to living in the now, our obsession with time. Tolle argues that time, as we understand it, past, present, future, is a human construct. Think about animals or plants. Does a deer worry about what happened last week? Does a tree fret about next month? No, they exist fully in the moment, free from the burdens of time. But as humans, we're different. Our minds are like time machines, constantly dragging us backward or forward. Maybe you're stressed about a work deadline next week. Or you're still upset about a fight you had with a friend last month. These thoughts keep you from enjoying what's happening right now, like the taste of your morning coffee or the smile of someone you love. Here's a quick exercise to try. Next time you're feeling overwhelmed, pause and ask yourself, what's wrong with this exact moment? Not tomorrow, not yesterday, just right now. Chances are, in that split second, there's nothing truly wrong. The problem exists in your mind, not in the present. Tolle's point is that when we let go of the past and stop fearing the future, we free ourselves to experience life as it is. And that's where peace lives. Breaking free from the mind. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we stop our minds from running the show? Tolle says the first step is realizing you are not your mind. Your thoughts are just tools. They don't define you. But most of us let our thoughts control us, like a noisy roommate who never shuts up. Let's try something right now. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, what's my next thought going to be? Go ahead. Try it. Wait for the next thought to pop up. What happens? If you're really paying attention, you might notice a quiet space, a moment of stillness before a thought arrives. That stillness is the present moment. It's where you're free from the chatter of your mind. This exercise is like training a muscle. The more you practice being aware of your thoughts without getting swept away by them, the easier it becomes to stay present. Tolle calls this watching the thinker. You become an observer of your mind, not a slave to it. The power of your inner body. Another way to anchor yourself in the now is by connecting with what Tolle calls your inner body. This is the energy, the aliveness you feel when you tune into your physical self. Let's do a quick experiment. Take a deep breath and focus on your chest as it rises and falls. Feel the air moving through you. Notice the sensation of your hands resting in your lap. Can you sense the life inside you, that subtle energy humming beneath the surface? That's your inner body. It's always there, but we rarely pay attention to it. Tolle says that by focusing on this inner energy, you ground yourself in the present. It's like an anchor that keeps you from drifting into mental chaos. I love this idea because it's so practical. You don't need a meditation retreat or fancy equipment. You can do this anywhere, while waiting in line, sitting at your desk, or even stuck in traffic. Just tune into your body, feel that aliveness, and you're instantly more present. Letting go of negativity. Now, let's address something we all deal with. Negativity. Maybe it's frustration at work, annoyance with a family member, or just a general sense of, ugh, life is hard. Tolle says negativity comes from resisting the present moment. When you fight what is, wishing things were different, you create suffering. Here's an example. Imagine you're stuck in a long line at the grocery store. Your first instinct might be to get irritated, thinking, this is such a waste of time. But what if instead you accepted the situation? You take a deep breath, notice the people around you, maybe even strike up a conversation. Suddenly, the wait doesn't feel so bad. You've shifted from resistance to acceptance. Tolle gives us 3 choices when we're unhappy with the situation. Change it, accept it, or leave it. If you can't change it or leave, then acceptance is the only path to peace. This doesn't mean giving up. It means working with reality instead of fighting it. Finding peace in nature. One of the easiest ways to practice presence is by connecting with nature. Think about the last time you watched a sunset or listened to the sound of a river. Did you feel a sense of calm? That's because nature is always in the now. It doesn't worry about tomorrow or dwell on yesterday. Try this. Next time you're outside, pause and really look at a tree. Notice its leaves, its colors, the way it sways in the wind. Take a deep breath and feel the air. Even a minute of this can shift your perspective. It's like hitting the reset button on your mind. I remember doing this myself a while back. I was stressed about a work project, my mind racing with deadlines. I stepped outside for a walk and stopped to watch some birds hopping around in a park. For those few minutes, my worries melted away. It was a reminder that peace is always available if I just slow down and notice it. Enlightened relationships. Let's talk about relationships because they're a huge part of our lives. Tolle says that many relationships start off feeling perfect. Think of that honeymoon phase where everything is magical. But over time, cracks appear. Maybe you start feeling possessive, jealous, or frustrated. Sound familiar? The problem, Tolle explains, is that we often look to others to complete us. We think a partner will fill the emptiness inside. But true love, whether with a partner, a friend, or yourself, comes from being whole on your own. It's about accepting others as they are, without trying to change them. Here's a tip. Next time you're upset with someone, pause and ask, what if I just let them be who they are? Instead of arguing or holding a grudge, try accepting their quirks and flaws. It's not easy, but it can transform your relationships. And here's the kicker. True love starts with loving yourself. When you're at peace with who you are, you don't need someone else to make you happy. That's when your relationships become truly enlightened. Surrendering to the now. One of the most powerful ideas in the power of now is surrender. Now, surrender doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means accepting the present moment exactly as it is, without resistance. It's about saying, okay, this is what's happening right now. How can I work with it? Let's say you're late for a meeting because of traffic. Your instinct might be to stress out, curse the drivers, or worry about your boss's reaction. But what if you surrendered instead? You take a deep breath, accept that you're stuck in traffic, and focus on what you can do, like listening to a podcast or noticing the scenery. Suddenly, the situation feels less overwhelming. Surrender is like a flashlight in a foggy night. Life will always have challenges, but your consciousness, your ability to stay present and aware, lights the way forward. The peace beyond happiness. Finally, Tolle teaches us that true peace goes beyond happiness or unhappiness. It's a deeper state of being, untouched by life's ups and downs. He shares a story about an old man on his deathbed, surrounded by crying relatives. Despite his pain, he's calm, serene, fully at peace. Why? Because he's surrendered to the moment, accepting life and death as it is. This idea really hit me. We spend so much time chasing happiness, but what if peace is the real goal? Peace doesn't depend on external circumstances. It's inside you, always accessible, if you choose to tap into it. How to apply this? Today. All right, let's wrap this up with some practical steps you can take to live in the now. First, start small. Set a reminder on your phone to pause once a day and ask, what's happening in this moment? Notice your surroundings, your breath, your body. Just be there. Second, practice watching your thoughts. When you feel stressed, take a step back and observe your mind without judging it. You'll be amazed at how this creates space for calm. Third, spend time in nature. Even 5 minutes outside can recharge you. Look at the sky, feel the ground beneath you, and let your worries slip away. And finally, embrace surrender. The next time life throws you a curveball, try accepting it instead of fighting it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? Closing thoughts. Wow, what a journey. The power of now is a reminder that the treasure you've been searching for, peace, joy, fulfillment, is already inside you. It's in this moment right now as you're watching this video. You don't need to wait for the perfect job, the perfect partner, or the perfect life. The power is in the now. Thank you so much for joining me on Summary in 15 minutes. If this summary resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. What's one way you're going to practice living in the present today? I read every comment, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. For a deeper dive, I highly recommend picking up The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's packed with insights that can transform your life. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next summary. Share this with someone who could use a little more peace in their life. It might just make their day. Until next time, stay present, stay grateful, and keep shining. This is Summary in 15 minutes, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.